Hello, and welcome back to the Alignment Assignment, where we take a look at each of the D&D alignments. Now remember, this is a guide and not a straitjacket, just like alignments are. Your character's actions determine their alignment. Their alignment should never determine their actions. Now, this week's alignment we're taking a look at is neutral good. Now let's break it down into its two constituent halves. There's the neutrality half, and they value the ability to do as they will. Neither law nor chaos binds them. And this is important. It is flexibility that is the hallmark of neutral good. They're not as bound by rules as a lawful character, nor are they as belligerently and perhaps needlessly as defiant as a chaotic good character. The second half is the good half, and that embodies kindness, doing good deeds, protecting folk, generosity, compassion, and, well, general goodness. So, a character must always ask which half of their alignment do they value more. Now, when a character values the neutrality half more, this is the flexibility part. In a character who values the neutrality might not dedicate themselves to a particular group, or a particular contract, or a particular patron, though they may be good aligned, because this means that when they're benefiting one group, they cannot benefit another. They're sort of a mercenary good that goes around making sure that they're doing the most good for the most people, and when they value the neutrality more, they value the ability to pick and choose their battles, as it were, and make sure that they're putting straight goodness right into the veins. Now, when they value the good half more, perhaps they will join a particular group or guild or work under a specific patron. But then they must ask some questions. How do they go about doing their good? Will they do quality over quantity? Will they ally themselves with a powerful noble who gives them the most resources to do the most good, but the noble is still dictating what good actions they might do, because he won't fund everything. And so now they have the quality of having high resources, but they don't quite have the quantity of doing as many good deeds as they can for as many people as they can. Now, for the neutral good character, the rallying cry is definitely for the greater good. They will do whatever they can to spread the most good around. And sometimes they risk being spread thin. This is the greatest weakness of the neutral good character. They're going around and they're doing these good actions, but there's only so much time. There's only so much resources they can spread around. Now, what moral quandaries will a neutral good character face? The biggest, and this is something that all good characters face, is that they cannot save everyone. And neutral good characters will take this personally, because lawful good can hide, well, not hide, but lawful good can stand behind rules when they're asked to aid someone, and if it is not part of the law, they'll say, I'm sorry, but we have to abide by the rules. A chaotic good character can stand behind freedom and say, if this is encroaching on individual liberties, it is out. Now, a neutral good character, being the aforementioned mercenary good, it's always their choices, it's always their actions. And so when they fail, well, it's sort of on them. That said, however, a neutral good character will probably have a higher life expectancy than a lawful good or a chaotic good character. Now, good characters tend not to have that high of a life expectancy because they're always going around doing daring do and fighting monsters, but a lawful good character who is bound by honor may find themselves in an unpleasant situation when they lack the flexibility. And a chaotic good character may find themselves always thumbing their nose at powerful monarchs because they are perhaps lawful evil. And lawful evil, that's a difficult alignment to survive for very long if you've pissed it off. And so a chaotic good character will lead the life of a revolutionary, but they won't live it for very long. A neutral good character, they can pick and choose their battles and make sure that they keep on fighting the good fight. Now, who is neutral good in popular culture? I think Batman is a neutral good character, though his alignment can vary wildly depending on who is writing him. I think most of the time he is neutral good. And it is because he is good because he's going around, he's defending the citizens of Gotham, he's stopping crimes, he's solving crimes, he's being the greatest detective in the world. But he's also doing chaotic actions because he's a vigilante. He is flaunting the law and he is taking it into his own hands and he is doing what he will. But even though he's doing chaotic actions, he does them in an incredibly lawful manner. Discipline, a sheer iron will, and going about everything in a methodical manner. These are all Batman's traits. And so when the chaos and the law clash together, you have a neutral good character. Now, Batman, as well as perhaps neutral good characters that you will create, have to ask the questions, how flexible is their moral compass? Now, Batman refuses to kill, and yet, if he had just killed the Joker long ago, perhaps hundreds, maybe even thousands of Gotham citizens would have survived. Because the Joker always seems to escape Arkham Asylum, and always seems to go around and kill people in droves. Now, this is something that a neutral good character will need to ponder. What lengths will they go to? Because they're not bound by law or chaos. What lengths will they go to protect good? Other good characters in Firefly, for example, would be Hoban Washburn and Kaylee Fry. They're definitely good characters, but they're not lawful like Shepherd Book or Simon. Nor are they chaotic, and they don't value freedom above all else like Malcolm Reynolds, Zoe, and Samara do. So here's a few neutral good characters in popular culture that you're probably familiar with. Now, what is a neutral good society like? As you can imagine, it's probably pretty nice. Everyone trying to do as much good as they can. But here's the problem. A neutral good society will probably be at its best when it is small and when it is agile. An entire nation of neutral good, they're going to run into some problems. You see, the nature of neutral good is that they will do the most good for as many people as they can. And the problem is, there's only so many resources to go around. There's only so much gold. There's only so much time. There are only so many cure disease potions floating around the kingdom. They can't give them out to everyone. And so a neutral good character may find themselves performing some grim mental triage as they try and decide where can they surgically strike some good and do the most that they can, at the same time not depleting their resources. They will try and help everyone, but they know that if they spread it too thin, they're not helping anyone. Also unique are neutral good adventurers. Now, they're pretty common. A lot of adventurers are neutral good because they go around and they're doing quests and they're protecting people. And yeah, they're getting gold, but they should be rewarded for for risking their lives, shouldn't they? Now, if you find yourself as the mayor of a fantasy village, you definitely want some neutral good characters to come around and set up shop in your village. Attract them in any way you can. Jingle a sack of ion stones. You'll get some adventurers coming to join you. And it is because adventurers have typically a lot of power. They have a lot of resources. They go into a kobold dungeon, they might come out with a sack of hundreds of gold. This is more money than a peasant will see in his entire lifetime. So the adventurers come into the village, and neutral good is at its best when resources are high, because they can spread this around. The neutral good adventurers, they're strong so they can protect the village. They're wealthy so they can inject this into the economy. So, again, if you find yourself the mayor of a fantasy village, get some neutral good adventurers. So, that's been Neutral Good. This has been the Alignment Assignment. Thank you for watching.